I'm
Camera.
unmuted. The scene is there. Here we
There.
are. Hello,
We've
everybody.
done it.
Here we are.
We've done
Stream.
it. We're here. We're back from
Third
more
stream of the
Ironsworn.
day. Let's go.
The high
Yeah.
quality content. Constant
Yeah.
content.
It's. We're doing it. Um, we're going to play Ironsworn. It's very exciting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's hop some tables. So last we left. Sorry, I'm pulling up my character. Hey, Vlad.
Hey,
Welcome in, my
Bladskis.
dude. So last we left, we, upon being told that they were going the wrong way, led by Oko, the crew continued their way westwards as far, but they continued their way out of the forest and came across a little village known as Lowatch.
Yeah. We made a new town.
We made a new town. We made some story, and in that town there are some competing families. One a very religious based leading family, and the other not quite serfs,
Yeah,
but almost
there's a
you know
family that worships like the cult of the Iron Pillar,
the iron.
which are
Yeah.
these weird iron pillars that have all sorts of weird magical abilities that we don't know too much about yet. And there's a competing faction, family, whatever, of people
Within.
who are trying to like butt heads with them, and they're very much like we should be governed by the old ways and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Somewhere in there's a Romeo and Juliet,
probably.
I'm sure, but that's not the story we're telling here. So upon arriving into town and coming into the middle of an argument, the group was thrown into the quarrel of we have a problem and we need you to solve it because a troll has been ravaging our town and demanding has been eating various
all
foods.
their animals.
And upon deciding that this was going to be something they would do in order to obtain some resources to continue their journey, they swore the iron vow to bring back the heart of the troll, or at least make sure they stopped.
More to it. So the reason we had to swear to bring back the troll heart was because the weird iron cultists need it for a ritual.
Yes,
of some sort.
For a ritual.
Maybe Ashana will know more about that when we talk to her. Yeah,
maybe we can find out. But so upon taking up this quest to get that heart for them, the group set out back into the woods where they came, and stumbled upon the troll's hole. And of course, the wonderful troll that they met is named Leech, as the group discovered. Leech, just a very hungry boy.
Leech want food. just
wants food.
Leech food.
Yeah, and so Leech, looking for food, was being led astray by Oko and now Oko pretending to be a man named Dell.
No relation.
No relation. But upon telling him that he would teach him how to hunt or bring him to a food source, they have lured this troll into the open field in the woods where some sort of a trap is being set for taking down this troll. And now we have the ever popular problem of the players don't want to kill this NPC.
I did it. I done fucked up. I made it.
Yep.
I made an NPC that we both like, and now we have to kill him.
Yeah. And now we have to kill it, and it's sad because no one wants to do it. So, but we left off with the last roll was an advantage secured into this trap springing.
So I think we open on like we hear like kind of like some talking in the distance. We hear like a higher voice and then a low guttural voice. We assume to be Oko and Leech, and we hear like the conversation that you guys were having towards the end of last session kind of like playing out.
Yes.
And while we do, we're following Hersham,
Yeah.
who like sneaks away, and is going to set up like a he's trying to set up a tripwire with the intent that we can lead Leech to the tripwire and then like use that time to like strike and hopefully kill him in that time.
Yeah, and if not, we gonna have to fight a troll because it'll be very, very late, and we are gonna have to deal with that if we miss.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna be great. So, what kind of a trap? Oh, so the tripwire is set from the
and so I think like we see that kind of like we see him like kind of setting that up. There's like it's like montaged a bit, and then like we cut over to you. Like, what are you and Oko doing? Like, well, you were trying to teach him how to use the axe. So, like, are you still doing that like 5 minutes later or something?
Yeah, and it's still okay, Leech. Like, I see a big rabbit over there, and like this is leading into the trap going off. He's like, I see a rabbit over there. Go, walk slow and get your axe ready to stop the food from running away.
Leech. Sneak.
Yes, Leech
sneak. Get
extremely sneak. Leech has to sneak as the sneakiest he's ever sneaked.
Leech sneak.
There you go, nice and quiet. Remember, don't yell food.
Friendel.
When you strike.
What is sneak?
Sneak is be very, very quiet and take big but gentle steps and not yell food when swing axe.
Gentle step, no yell. Okay. And we see him try to like put his foot down gently, and it still just like snaps a bunch of twists, and like and the rabbit runs away.
Yeah.
We're just like,
yeah.
It's like sneak, no good.
Sneak, no good. Okay, well, we can try this option, which is hide.
Hide, good idea.
So hide, good idea. So what you're going to do is you're going to hide, and he points to a tree where like he assumes maybe like somewhere on the far end of the field where like the tripwire's obviously been set up. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into that tree and you're going to climb up really, really high and wait until you see food
and we see
below
him like
you.
Look, and he looks at you, and he looks at the tree, and he like looks back to you. He looks to the tree, and we realize the tree's like as big as him.
Yeah. He like obviously is not gonna fit in the tree, like, or he's not gonna be like really hidden.
Tree too small.
Well, pick one of the bigger trees on that end, and pick the biggest tree on that end, and go climb in it. And we're gonna wait, and I'll be right behind you to follow you, and we're gonna wait. And then when food comes below us, we're gonna drop down and stop the food.
Okay. Sneak to hide.
Sneak unnecessary. Normal walk. Normal walk. Yeah. Sounds exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing but faster.
Sounds basically like a sneak a little faster. Yeah.
Okay. And then so I guess what happens is we're setting up for like a sneak attack.
Yes. So I think the next thing is to find a throw that we can do for the trap going off and see how that goes. No, we can throw an oracle. Does the trap work?
Yeah. Right.
I think that's the way to do it. So how likely is this trap, do you think, to work, Steph?
We got a weak hit. I feel like it's if we had gotten a strong hit, it would have been 50-50, but because it's a weak hit, it's the unlikely one.
It's unlikely.
Unless
yeah, I can agree to that.
It should be the other way around. Like if since we got a weak hit, it's 50-50.
No, because I think the question in hand to the trap itself working isn't necessarily did Hersham do a good job setting it. It's does he like just step over it, or does he just like rip the string and the tripwire in half, or
which is entirely
like,
possible because Hersham's never had to set a trap for a troll before.
Yeah, like he has no idea. This is his first time seeing a troll, and he has no idea what it would work. So I think unlikely is a good option.
Nope.
Smash. No, does not work. So what does it look like when he stomps through?
He like, and I think he hits it, and like we see Hersham like perched up in a tree and like looking at the tripwire, and he like comes through and like trips and like hits it, and it's like this like very dramatic moment. We get like the split screen of like him starting to him like hitting the tripwire, and like Hersham's eyes and Oko's eyes. You know, it's very Phoenix Wright. And then he just like rips it out of the ground as he's walking, and like doesn't even face him.
All right, I think I've got a plan here.
And he just like is looking for a big tree, and you just hear him go, "We must find big tree."
Wait. Leech, did you feel that?
Yo. What?
Feel there's something hit you. And I'm going
he,
to
looks
like
around. He's like, I know. See.
I think I heard an arrow snap, and I'm going to like kind of play this off as if to be like he's being attacked to try to give a moment of confusion since that didn't work.
Okay. Do you want to try to roll to convince him that he's being attacked?
Yeah. Yes. Because I don't have any other options to do. So I'm going to compel him, and I'm going to take my +1 for using a fake identity. I have to use... Well, hold on. What is my compel using? I'm using lying or swindling, so it's plus shadow. Okay. This is fine. I get +1 because I'm using a fake identity.
Probably also swindling.
Yeah. I got a weak hit, so he buys it. But they ask something in return.
Yeah, and he's just like, show. He says, people, something, attack Leech. Show me where, Leech, smash.
And he points in like the opposite direction of where Hersham is, and kind of like looks up to where he kind of figures where Hersham is, and is like, go now, and he's like Leech, it came from that direction, and like points opposite field. And if you'd like me to make another throw, I sure as hell will.
Yeah, so try to like secure an advantage, I guess.
Yeah. This will be a secured advantage. Well, it could be a face danger when you attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat. That with deception, stealth, and trickery, so more shadow. Oh boy, let's face some danger. Shadow +1, baby. Strong hit. Yeah, he buys it.
Yeah, so
he buys it, and we get a momentum.
That's exciting news.
Yep, that's very useful.
Yeah, +5 for me because I'm at permanent -1.
Okay. Yeah, you're -1. Yep.
And then what does that do? On a strong hit, you're successful. So yeah, so he believes you, and he says, and he just runs off, and he's like, we'll kill attacker. Like,
I'm gonna wait for him to like get out of like just off out of sight in the woods, and I'm gonna run over to Hersham and be like, all right, Hersham, that didn't work. New plan.
I've never made a trap for a troll before.
That's fine. We tried. So new plan. He's now thinking there's someone attacking him. Let's actually attack him, and if we keep out of sight enough, we can probably kill him without him out actually fighting us. You have a ranged weapon, so maybe we can get some arrows in, and maybe I can, I don't know, hurl some rocks at him and keep his attention elsewhere.
Okay,
I think this may work.
So you think we should both sneak around and try to fight him without getting caught?
Yes, so that we can attack at different angles. If we keep moving, he'll just be confused because he doesn't know where the attack is actually from and won't know where to smash.
All right. I guess I guess so.
It's well known that trolls are not very intelligent. They're just
Sure.
very strong.
I mean,
it's kind of what happens when the all the stuff from the metal and the iron gets into your blood.
So I just had a thought.
What do you got?
And it's not a good thought for us, so I'm a little worried to put it out into the world. But here's the thought.
Okay.
Trolls, because as we established in the last session, they are born because they are essentially elves that have been exposed to like the corrupted iron for so long.
Yes.
Wouldn't it stand then that they are resistant to like iron-based weaponry?
I don't know that they would be resistant to it, but it would definitely not be as impact. Like I think if anything, it might just be a slightly less impactful. I don't know that. Like I think cutting into skin would be like cutting in and stabbing would still be like powerful. I think if anything, it would just negate kind of the magic.
I just imagine they have like this like thick like hide because it's like reinforced.
I think I can see that. We can always take like halve the damage or something if like as a mechanically like thing. Because that does make sense if our lore says that they're kind of reinforced through the magic. Like yeah, they're probably not 100% as strong as normal humans getting stabbed would be.
I want to make a roll and see if Hersham realizes something.
Go for it.
Because I don't know if he would think. I don't know if he would think
about that
this yet. And I'm trying to think about. All right, so what I'm trying to figure out, and maybe you can help me decide whether like which oracle like yes or no to roll at. I'm trying to figure out if Hersham would put together that maybe he can like do something to affect or control this troll because it's like born of the corrupted iron, which is the same way that his magic is born. I'm trying to think if he would like put that together.
So I think the answer is, would he put it together? I would even argue that maybe he might have heard of something like that in a lore or a legend. Would he put it together that he could try to do that? I think anything's possible.
Like that's what I was thinking. Like likely just because like we haven't gotten a chance for it to come out and play yet, but like all of that weird magic shit is like has been at the forefront of his mind. That's kind of why I've been playing him a little bit differently than normal.
Yeah, like he knows that this magic exists. He now understands what it is. He was told by Oko about how these guys got magic, so they're also magical beings. He's probably gonna think at some point through this, like, wonder how the magic interacts with these guys, and I wonder if maybe there's something between that. I would call it likely he's thought of it.
That sounds like a cool, interesting thing. We can just say that like Hersham thinks of that.
That's fine. I think it's definitely an angle he would have thought about. And I think that's fine.
Hersham's
I think whether it works is the question. But yeah, he would, especially because there's been a lot of knights, and he would definitely think about like, what is this magic all about, and what does it do? Like, oh, there's other magical beings. I can do something with this. Maybe we can interact with each other. Maybe I can like Jedi sense each other. Like that kind of a thing.
All right. Yeah. So I look to you and I say, that's a good idea. I have another plan too.
Okay.
I don't think I can explain it though.
Okay. If I keep this distraction going, can you do whatever it is you need to do?
I can try. I can't make any promises.
Cool. I'm gonna go throw some rocks around and make sure this troll has no idea what's going on. And like just doesn't even like care to hear what this is, and just runs off and chasing after.
Yeah,
like doesn't even.
Do care. We stick with Hersham or do we follow Oko? Okay.
We go to Hersham because Hersham's got a set. I'm assuming you
I
need
have
some
no
setup
idea.
time.
And that's the thing. Like, Hersham has no idea.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
so
do you want him to
no.
then?
So
Because I can keep a
Hersham, we see
distraction.
Hersham kind of like run off in the other direction, so that we're kind of like flanking. And like as he's kind of going, he's just like, all right, all right. Hey, Magic. Been a while. Just fighting a troll. It's not a thing I ever thought I would do, but I kind of need to. I could use some help, and you were, huh?
I'm gonna.
It was just like you
Go
were
ahead,
really
finish
helpful
up.
before, and so I'm gonna try to use you again. If you, you know, what did you do?
So as Hersham's talking and like prepping himself, a voice appears in his head, and it says, "You might be able to pull off what you're thinking. You're pretty good. You know
Mario, is that you?
that?" No, vaguely. I'm sorry, more Russian. I'm sorry. You're pretty good. You're pretty smart, lad.
Is
Pretty
this
smart
a
child.
voice that we've heard before? Who
Oh,
is
this
it?
is.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I didn't
Shauna.
know Ashana was Russian.
I went vaguely
Okay.
Russian with her voice.
And
I
I'll
don't
just be
remember what
like,
yeah, it's you.
wait, fucking what?
Don't worry about this right now. You go do your plan. There's a
All
good
right,
chance this
so
might work.
what do I do?
So you know what you need to do to activate this, right?
I know that it's a blood thing.
Yes. It's blood. So you need to take some blood and put it on something of a rope or a.
Huh. All right. I guess I'll see what I can do. Wait, does that mean
I
you're the
believe in you.
magic or are you Ashana?
I'll tell you the food is delicious here.
All right, fine. But you're going to tell me why you can talk into my head later. Yeah.
Nope, just no response to that.
Fuck you, magic. All right. And so yeah, so we see
A fucking 100.
I know, right? All right. So yeah, so he grabs some rope and he ties it to the end of an arrow. And we see him like take the dagger that he has, and he like makes like a cut in his hand and kind of like brings some of the blood across the rope. With the intent here is that I can use it to make those spectral bindings that I used on the guy before, and hope that I can get them to work on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
I mean, that's
You
what
figured it
honestly that's
out.
where I was going anyways. So, so we've got to. What is this? It's like face danger.
You're trying. I would call this either a face danger or a secure an advantage because it's a preparation.
I think this is so like I'm trying to actually do the spell, so I think I'm trying to face danger because I don't have a spell,
fair.
right? So like at some point this may become like a ritual that I have, but I don't have a ritual right now. And
that's fair. Yeah.
no matter what, we're rolling Mystic Backlash for sure.
Yeah, I'm reading the outcomes, and it's a face danger with absolutely a Mystic Backlash. And I think on anything not a strong hit, it's a
I
Mystic
almost
Backlash,
want to say
but...
there's Mystic Backlash no matter what. Just the severity of it depends, because like this is like completely uncharted waters for him.
That's very true. I'm on board. Let's
so
go.
it's gonna be with what do I roll plus? Is it just heart? Do you think?
Tremble to courage.
Like
Uh,
or because I'm not trying to like deception, stealth, or trickery.
I could see. I could see hearts.
Because heart is like the strength of will.
Wits. Yeah, I could see heart being one. I could see wits if you're of the thing of like, okay, like I know I've used blood rituals before. I kind of have some
Right, but I
expertise of how
haven't,
this
and I
works.
don't.
Or like,
Like maybe eventually it can become a wits roll.
like, well, that's why it's a
Yeah.
that's why it's a question mark. Is like I could. That's why I'm saying like I could see both. If you want to throw heart,
If
I
you wanna
would
roll
not
heart.
be opposed to that.
It's not even the best. Like if I were trying to roll my best stat, I'd be angling for shadow.
Yeah.
But... All right.
Yeah.
I don't have any bonuses.
No.
Huh.
Here goes something
Okay.
on a weak hit. Let's see that troublesome cost of Mystic Backlash, please.
So oracles, plot, Mystic Backlash. Okay. So it
waste
like
resources.
it ends up like, so it's -1 supply. That's the thing. So we go down to +1 supply. And so what happens is we see the blood smear, and he's like looking at it for a second and nothing's happening, and he's like in his head, he's like, all right, is there like a magic word? Am I supposed to like do something else? What oh my god, I can't believe I'm failing, I'm fucking this up. And like as we do, we see like smoke start to rise, and we like look down, and the rope is disintegrating. Like it's completely like just like totally disintegrating, but it's turning into almost that like kind of like spectral binding that he used, and he just goes, huh, well, okay then, that went better than I thought. And so he is going to come over and I guess try to...
I'd like to secure an advantage before you make that shot.
Yeah, so
because
we cut over.
That, obviously, Oko is... Yeah. And Oko is just like hidden in a bush, and he's yelling, "Leech! They're coming from the north!" And
what is north?
Just hurls like a rock, and just hurls a rock, and it like bonks off his head or something.
What is north?
They're coming from the north, Leech. You have to keep charged that way.
What is Leech? No, north.
Straight ahead, Leech. Straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
Just yelling.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like hits him in the back and is just basically like, "No, Leech, they're coming from your left now," and is trying to like just throw him off. So I'd like to secure that advantage.
It feels like secured advantage with wits, but also, or it could be shadow, I guess, because it's deception. Yeah,
it's a little of both. Do you have a preference on either or? Okay. What is my better stat?
I think they're both even for you.
My wits is better. No, wits, please. Wits +1, please. Bam! That strong hit. Have a great advantage, Stev. You can have a move in +1 because I don't think we need the momentum.
Yeah. Okay. So what is this? What is this hit?
This hit is
or and
it's any move you want. So what is your hit? I assume it'd be a distance, so it'd be a strike, or with strike. Well, are we assuming? Here's the question to you: do we assume there's going to be combat after this? All right. I might call it a phase danger then, because there's a very good chance you also just hit and he just falls right into whatever binding happens or falls under your power or anything, and we don't have to fight.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna face danger with edge because I'm gonna shoot a shot. I'm going to use my archery thingy. Actually, I already have +1.
Your archery skill.
All right.
Yeah, you already have +1.
Weak hit.
That's not too bad. On a weak hit, you succeed, but there's
I just want to roll Mystic Backlash again because like we're just in the realm of like funky magic shit.
No, I don't think that's inappropriate. You just hurled magic at another magic being,
what happens?
so yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah, what happens when this happens?
You are tormented by an apparition from your past. Okay, so
Uh,
if this was a complication, it would like summon that fucking thing from the runes that we summoned. Um,
mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
this time, this I think, um, yeah. So we cut over from like you like distracting him to the tree
The shot in
where
the arrow.
Hersham is, and he's got his arrow. He's got it pulled back, and we see that like around where he's got the arrow pulled, like around his arm is wrapped this like spectral chain thing that he made. And he's like going to line up the shot, and I'm gonna take a spirit hit because what happens is I'm going to line up the shot, and as I do, Leech's frame keeps flashing to Nan's frame. And it's like
Yeah,
fucking with me.
yeah. And you hear like his voice, like the
Yeah,
taunts he had at you and things like
yeah, and
that.
it's like
Yeah,
fucking him up because he like isn't like it. He's just like he didn't know what happened back then. Like
yeah. He doesn't know how that happened the first time, let
so
alone like now.
so
Uh,
yeah. Let loose the shot, and the chain kind of like goes from like it just flows from my arm, like it looks like infinitely,
mhm.
and it like sticks
Yeah,
into like Leech's shoulder, and like I'm holding on to the other end still, and he just is paralyzed. It's like a hold person spell in D&D.
yeah.
And so it's like
Okay.
that's just the effect of like the iron in his body resonating with like the like magic, the
The the,
corrupted
the
magic. Yeah.
rope and the magic. Yeah.
Um, and
Um,
so yeah, Oko, like, what is your reaction to like weird spectral thing?
he
Yeah.
hears the stick. Yeah. He hears the stick and something that sounds vaguely like a chain clinking, and he like pops out of the bush and he's like, "All right." He's like, "I heard you. I don't know what you did." And he like looks and sees Leech just totally, almost like physically bound in
Yeah.
place and like
It's not that
paralyzed.
he's
And
like
it's just
wrapped in the
like,
chains or anything. He's just like
no, but
frozen
it's
in
just
place.
he's just yeah, he's catatonic. Do normal people
Yeah.
see this chain, Steve? Okay. And he sees the chain come out, and he just kind of like follows
Yeah,
it back to
and I have it
Hersham,
like
like
wrapped
with his
around,
eyes,
and
just
I just
turns his
like look
head.
at you, and I told you I had a weird plan.
Oh, you're one of those people. Okay. And immediately just like, okay, well, yeah, you sure did a thing. So let's just you know, let's just put a dagger in this thing, and I'm gonna go right off because I don't want to deal with you. And he like walks over to Leech with like his like bigger sword out, and he's like, "So we need this heart, right? That's what we need."
I that's my understanding of it.
Yeah. So do you want to kill this thing,
I'm
or should no?
I'm pretty
Your
sure
hands are a
that
little full.
if I move, it moves.
Yeah. Yeah, your hands are pretty full. And he like kind of whips it up and like grabs it and like switches it over to like a hilt first. And he's like, "Sorry, Leech, you weren't the best student, but you weren't a bad guy." And he just comes down with this sword. And do you want me to make a throw, or do you think we even need
Um,
to?
yeah, I don't think you need to. So
I don't think there's anything stopping it.
so
Yeah.
here's what I'm thinking. Uh,
All
is
right.
that and you could tell me like what you think is the more interesting thing to do here. It depends on whether or not we actually want to kill this guy. So like either we can like kill
Yeah.
him and like take the heart and like do all that stuff or whatever. But I would posit that because trolls are so like fucked up and weird and corrupted, they like have multiple hearts. So like taking a heart out of them doesn't kill them.
You know, I could see that. I think I like that concept, but I
Because
think the question mark is, does this particular
right, well
troll
that's what I
have
mean. So
that kind
like
of a defect?
trolls regenerate. Like this is a thing. Like like
Yes.
I assuming that trolls in our fiction follow kind of like the standard
Are
troll
like
fiction. they regenerate. So like he'll be like dead, but if we don't like kill him with fire, then he'll just regenerate.
All right, I'm on board. That seems reasonable.
Um,
I'm on board for that. That seems. Listen, I also don't want to kill Leech, so
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Okay, so you like dig in, and it's like fucking, it's
Like,
tough. Like it's really hard, and it
Yeah.
almost feels like
Yeah.
his skin like is rejecting your iron.
Yeah, and you see him like lean hard onto the sword and like really kind of like jam it and like put his full body weight in until it like breaks through and just kind of like falls down into it in one shot, and he kind of like has to like saw his way almost in and around where like the heart should
this
be.
I think should be a roll.
Yes,
because I think there's a lot of things that could go wrong with like cutting into a troll.
Yeah. I'm on board. What kind of a throw is it? I guess it's a face danger because this is pretty risky.
I guess we're just facing a lot of damage, a lot of danger.
With aggressive action, forceful defense is strength or endurance, so I guess I'm throwing some iron. Thank God I have several points into iron.
What formidable is 1 tick per, right?
Formidable is 1. Oh yeah, we should take some progress. Yes.
I'm gonna take 2 progress, so we're up to 4.
Yeah, I think that's fair because we've done several things. We've trapped him, and now we're taking the thing. Not that. 3. And I'll make that throw. Actions. Move. Danger.
Seems like it's a plus iron to me. Yeah.
It's iron. It's absolutely iron. We're stabbing things with a sword. +1, baby. On a weak hit. Okay. I succeed, but there's a troublesome cost.
Do you want to roll more Mystic Backlash?
I mean, if we're assuming that the iron weapons have like the mystic power in them at least a little bit, there's a chance that it could do that.
When like, I was gonna make a superhero movie reference, but we completely lost on you, so never mind.
Maybe which one
here? Thor's hammer and Iron Man's shield.
Bongs. Oh, and and shield. Yeah, they meet. Yeah, they bong. They just bong up. Yeah, I think it's an oracle to see if something happens, because while the weapon itself is magical, it's probably not incredibly. I would argue that there's like a slim chance that it's not a magical one, because I think
any
isn't.
iron is magical in this setting. Yeah.
You think any iron? Okay.
Like
iron, I'll smash that.
Iron in the setting isn't the way that like we know iron in like the real world or anything like that. It's like the stand-in for like magic weapons. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. All right. Smashing backlash. Resources. I think like it dulls. It's so hard it dulls my shield or my sword. It's going to cut me. It's going to cost a supply, like to sharpen it up later, which puts us at 0.
All right, as long as we don't take any supply hits, we're okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh no, we do get unprepared automatically.
We do. Yeah, we get unprepared because we hit 0.
All right, we don't get any like bad stuff happening unless.
No, nothing crazy happens yet. Unprepared. Oh, I had unprepared. Oh, I checked it for me. Thank you.
Got him.
Thank you, game. Yeah, but I think he gets in there and he carves it out and like kind of yanks in, and do we get the heart from this throw?
Yeah, that's what I think this throw was. And so like so like we cut away from it because it's probably fucking gruesome. It's probably disgusting.
Yeah.
And you pull out this like giant black purple
black purplish and it's just okay, that's a heart. Yeah, I remember this. And kind of like just gently tosses it up and catches it, and he's like, all right, we've done our bit, let's get back there and send you on your way, because I'm not wasting my time. I'm not spending any more time around you.
And so Hersham just like I think like lets the chain go, and it disappears, and Leech just slumps over dead.
Yeah.
And I say, well, we can discuss that later, but right now we have to figure out what to do.
I mean, and he like looks over to Leech and he's like, about him? Oh, he'll be fine. Give him like a week to
Right,
be
but
back to
then
normal.
he'll come back to normal and he'll keep terrorizing the villagers.
Well, their rituals. They said that their ritual was supposed to prevent that from happening.
They didn't tell us what the ritual was for.
Did they?
They just told us that they needed the thing for.
I mean, yeah. He's like, well, Loco says, to be quite honest, that's not our problem. They're going to give us the resources in exchange for this heart, and he's fine. Kind of like gestures over his shoulder at him, and is just like, so as far as I'm concerned, it's whatever with that. We'll get our resources. We can get you to the shore, and I can be far away from you as quick as possible.
Okay. Sounds all right to me. We're gonna have to tell them that the troll's dead, though. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm no problem. Let Dell take care of that, and like puts his hand on his shoulder as if to be like, no, don't worry. I made a fake name for a reason.
Would you touch me though? Aren't you like freaked out? Aren't you terrified of me?
No, he's like he starts.
And then he remembers the proper rules of social distancing.
Yeah, and promptly moves back 6 feet. But no, it's the like starts to and then remembers and it's like, oh no, I don't want to. No, you're hazardous. Okay, no, and then just walks and just starts walking back.
I just follow you, and I like turn back and I like look at the like massive weird flesh on the ground and I say like, sorry, Leech. It sucks. And turns around and starts going.
Leech. Okay.
Poor Leech. Let's tick some progress on our troll thing.
Let's take some progress.
Troll heart.
5.
Yeah. I also think that we can tick on our so like I'm gonna tick on my Return to Shauna quest.
Yes, I can't tick on it because my goal is to get. Well, I guess that is technically closer to that because it's technically closer to that. So taking one on that seems fair. But it gives us supply and puts us back
then on the way back, this will be a fun one.
Yeah.
I say, Hersham says, you looked pretty spooked.
Yeah, there were more legends than just about trolls going around.
That
you know that?
Neither have I.
Not you, but you just did that.
I'm still kind of figuring it out.
They say that, and he like kind of looks away and he's like, they say that the people gifted with that power came from a particular lineage. If that makes any sense to you. The legends are a little vague, but it's a lineage that dates as far back as the older ones and the original elders of this land. I didn't think twice about it.
Like the Scald.
Like before the Scald. Like the Scald's ancestors.
Well, all I know is that it's a thing that I can do, and that Ashana knows more about it, but she hasn't told me yet.
Oh, she can do that too.
Can you tell she's an Iron Priestess?
No, she's like some random ass traveler that I almost stabbed for some money.
Yeah. Well, aren't you glad you didn't?
And he just kind of is like frozen for a second. He's like, I guess. I don't know which would have been worse. I guess I could have ended up like old Leech back there.
But I'm pretty sure Sean is stronger than I will ever be. I wouldn't be.
Oh yeah, I need to get you to the coast as fast as I can. Then I do not want to be around you.
You can't quite leave. I mean, you could, but and I like look towards your your knife.
Yeah, and he looks down too as he notices you're looking. He goes, "Yeah, no, this thing can't take one more break. It'll shatter if it does. So we're gonna get you to the coast as soon as we can, and we are gonna get away from Leech as quick as we can."
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that we could spend some time in this village and restock and resupply, but if we're gonna be lying to them about what happened just now, we probably can't.
Eh, well, we could probably take a day or two. I mean, Leech won't be back for a week, and if all those stories are right, and I mean, they won't. They'll probably hail us as heroes for all we know. So maybe we do want to stay around and enjoy the luxury a little while we can.
What happened
If you
to
get what I'm
get
saying.
me to the coast as soon as possible?
I can enjoy luxury several feet away from you. As long as you don't touch me and keep that magic away from me, I can enjoy the luxuries of being around you as much as I can. As if to be as if to be like, he just wants to not do anything. He just wants to just be taken care of and enjoy like a fancy life. And that's fine.
So yeah, well, who knows? Maybe by the time we make it to the coast, you'll have fallen in love with me, and then you don't want to leave me alone.
And he does the like anime like hands behind the head look up kind of a thing, and he just goes, nope, and it fades off on that.
You know, now that you've done that, it's totally gonna happen.
Oh yeah. Oh, we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, so I guess we make it back. Yeah,
fade back in on the town.
Let me pull up my dramatis personae.
Dramatis personae, yes. To the Morels and the Lastaras.
Cool. Food. Oh, buddy.
Food. He was a dramatis personae, and who knows if he's coming back? Maybe he'll be back for something.
I can't wait to make the custom companion card for Troll.
You're just gonna come back to fucking Amara, and you're gonna have Leech with you, and she's gonna be like, Hersham, what the fuck is this thing, and why is it following you?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so we make it back to the town, and do we just try to? Well, so I think we make it back to the town, so we tick again, and then do we try to complete it at 6?
I think we do. I think it needs maybe a scene of like handing it in, making sure there's nothing comes of that, like physically getting it in. We can try to complete at 6 unless you're feeling, if you're feeling particularly spicy and confident. All right, then let's do it. Let's at least go hand it in. And I think at the beginning he says, "Well, let's find the old priestess in charge and
okay." So I think what
in.
it actually is like we try to deceive them that the troll is like gone, and that'll give us our 7th tick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once we convince them that it's that the
so we come back and we see like a bunch of the workers, and we see Sayer kind of like comes up, and they are all in their like raggedy like wild hair and stuff, and they say well, how'd it go? You're still alive, so
he does the like Robin Hood like toss the thing up in the air and catch it like it's the bag of gold, and he's like, easy. It's like you people have never hunted a troll before. And he kind of just looks at Sayer and says, so who does this need to go to? Because I need to tell them that they're safe and have no worries for a while.
And it's dead. You know trolls can regenerate.
It's very... Do I know? And he looks over to Hersham as if this like grand thing. He's like, do I know that trolls regenerate? Come now. You asked Dell, the troll hunter extraordinaire, to come and solve your problem, and you think I let that troll to come back and hassle you? Never.
Yeah.
And I will make that pronoun.
Yeah, fucking keep on lying.
Oh yeah, Dell is great at this. Dell the troll hunter extraordinaire, 100%. Absolutely slayed that troll to death.
Yeah, I lit that troll on fire. Trolls love fire.
Yeah, that bitch. Yeah, give that troll some fire. Yeah, and he's just like, you have nothing to worry about, as the extraordinate troll hunter Dell here has made sure that he is not only buried, not only on fire, but will never find a remnant of him near your houses again. Now please guide me to whoever it is in power so that I may properly turn this delicate but useful heart
and
into.
they're like very thankful, and everyone, like, there's a crowd gathering, and it's like, the troll has been slain, we can rest easy tonight, and like everyone's like, oh, yay, hooray.
Yes, and then starts yelling, and he literally like jumps up and is like, yes, praise unto Del, for he has slain your troll.
and,
like listening,
and
like totally eating
like,
up this level of like, like you've never seen anybody this level.
Well, like,
of, like
we've
asshole.
got a really strong Naruto Sasuke vibe going on right now. It's like kind of great.
Yeah.
All right, and so that, I think, ticks and gives us our 7th tick. And then do you want to try to complete it from there?
I would love to try to complete it. Would you want to
make it because you have one more momentum than me.
I do. I will. And it's they like the path starts to clear as they like lead him towards like the only like really
there's like
kind
a
of stable-ish building,
like a temple.
Yeah, like a vaguely temple, like the only building, and it's not. And he like walks in, and the doors open, and he goes in, and it says, and he approaches Asha, and it says, "I have your troll heart. Your ritual will be able to go off without a success, and I will clear this bad boy with a strong ass in it, baby." Hey, look at that! Not even needing to burn momentum too. Look at that.
So we get experience points.
We get experience points. Where is it? I'm trying to find a particular move for that. Reach a milestone. Fulfill your vow. On a strong hit, your quest is complete. Mark experience. We just get experience. Okay. So it was a formidable. Formidable is worth 2. It's worth a whole new attribute, Steph.
Yeah, I just thought I thought dangerous.
No, no, troublesome is 0, dangerous is 1, formidable is 2, and then etc. up.
All right. Well, how exciting!
Oh no, I'm sorry. We're formidable. It's 3 because we got a strong hit. I'm sorry. You lose an XP off if it's a weak hit, but yes, so we get 3. Look at all that glorious XP that Del, the troll hunter extraordinary, brought you.
Del and only Del.
Del and only Del.
Zero weird ritual elf magics were used in the making of this troll slaying.
Exactly. And I think Asha just looks and says, yes, thank you. Now we may pay the homage to our gods and rid our village of this evil that has fallen upon us. Thank you, kind travelers. You may have whatever you need from our village. Consider all the resources available at our hand.
So do we want to try to forge a bond now?
I think we forged a bond now because we've done that. Are they our friends, Steve?
She's into us. Let's see if the town is into us.
Yeah. Let's see if they're all about. Let's see if they got Del fever.
God damn it! Either they're super into it, or they like fucking hate how braggadocious you are.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Or it was like fun for the first like while, and then they realized that like, oh shit, he just doomed us because they're still in power. Like we just gave power to the people in power.
Do you want to roll it or should I roll it?
When you do, if you make this move after you successfully fulfill your vow to their benefit, you may re-roll any dice. So
what's your heart?
It's plus heart. My heart is
okay. I have 2.
1.
I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, and you have to re-roll any 1. So because we
don't have
we're heroes. No, you don't.
No, like the fulfilling the vow works. It's a group wide thing. Because you completed the vow for.
Oh, okay. No. So. No, the fulfill the vow, it just allows us to re-roll any dice.
Okay.
For free. So no.
Never mind.
So you don't get my. It doesn't matter anyways. On a strong hit, make note of the bond and mark a tick on your progress track and choose one. We either get a spirit or momentum.
So we're gonna add low
watch. Low watch on that bond.
The city.
Low watch.
In the valley, or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. And we can either take a spirit or 2 momentum. And I think the answer is spirit.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, puts us back to +5.
Spirit, yeah, puts me back to 5. So okay. Yeah, so they're we party with them, right?
Yeah, we spend the night feasting and getting ourselves pampered and rested, and Dell's loving it and just living in this lap of luxury.
And you're doing that, and then Hersham's doing all of like the politicking and like sojourning and all of that. So.
Yeah, Dell is just like Oko is just literally like living it in. It's like the old like Roman like being fed food while he's telling them the story of what happened and how he tricked the dumb troll and things like that.
All right, we're gonna sojourn, right? We're gonna spend some. We're gonna do some.
We're gonna sojourn. We're gonna sojourn, and I would argue we even get the. We would even get to resupply as well.
Sojourning. Yeah.
Is it part of sojourn? Okay. Right. Yeah, then sojourn away.
Plus heart. We get +1 because we have bond with them now.
Now have bond.
Weak hit.
Yeah. On a weak hit, choose one. So we get 2 because we share a bond. So we get a clear condition, recover, provide aid. So, clear a debility, health, apply a spirit. We can take 2 health, 2 spirit, 2 supply, or 2 momentum, or take a quest.
We definitely don't want to take a quest because we kind of want to fuck off from this place.
No, we definitely want 2 supply.
Yeah. Do you have the book open right now?
I have the rules reference, and I can pull.
Trying to figure out how do you clear unprepared? Like, I'm pretty sure it's like anytime you like hit on a sojourn, you resupply in a sojourn, you can clear unprepared.
I think so. I'll look it up. You can pick the other one because we do have 2 options to pick. So what do you think? Do you need health or anything?
I mean, I'm at +4, so like I'm kind of chilling.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't think I took anything.
Can we just take supply twice? They just make it rain on us.
Clear unprepared and take 1 supply is an option.
So
yeah.
So clear unprepared.
So we can take
1 supply.
And then we can take +2 supply. So then we'll just get 3. Yeah. They hurl resources at us as hard as we can, and they were not kidding when they said that their resources were ours.
Yeah, so I'm playing you're like playing it up and having it up and all of that, and I'm kind of like playing off of it, and I'm like talking to like the different people in the village, and I'm saying like yes, we are, because like they're like, who are you, like that you randomly showed up and like slayed a troll, and like we're like, yes, we're adventurers, we're making our way towards the coast. We have been stopping and trying to help out in settlements along the way, and blah 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 blah. You know, we've been a bit down on our luck recently as far as supplies go, so, and like I'm trying to like ham it up and like allow and like kind of like
like, oh, the poor adventurers that need
I'm trying to leverage your I'm not hamming it up, I'm leveraging the fact that you're hamming it up to like get us extra shit.
Yeah, you're doing the please sir, can I have some more?
And then and then I think like, what is it? So like, what does the night look like? So we spend the night here. Do you like?
I think the night is just like, whether or not Hersham, crashes or not. Oko is like living it up and partying and drinking heavily and like just living his best life.
I wanna talk to Shauna. That's what Hersham wants to do.
Sure. That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Set
so
us
I
a scene,
think
Steph.
like this whole time Ashana's just been in the temple, like praying to the
Hmm.
like there's like a little effigy of an iron pillar. And so like we see
Yeah.
Hersham kind of like, partying it up and talking and like being sociable because he can do that. Like maybe we see like
Yeah.
a little there's a little bit of like
It's
the
in
old
there.
Hersham comes out like around the people and stuff.
Yeah.
Um and like he like finds a way to politely excuse himself and he goes and like no one else is in the temple.
Mhm.
And like it's all dark and shit and he just like kind of like walks up quietly next to Ashana and she's like kneeling over. Um, and before he can even say anything, she's probably like come sit with me.
I knew, I knew you could do it. Sit.
And I say, I'm sure you know this, but I have a lot of questions.
And I have, well, a few answers, but this life you lead will lead to many more questions.
How could you talk into my head? First of all, that was kind of freaky. I
Well, it's one of the things I was able to do
and
for the longest
also,
time.
okay, so here's the thing. So I think because you rolled like that 100 on that like small chance or whatever, I think
Yeah.
she didn't know that I think
Yeah, I don't.
it
I
was
think
like
she was just like
it was a thing
yeah,
that happened when like Hersham like reached out spiritually and like didn't even realize it.
yeah,
So like maybe she
yeah. Like
yeah
it's like both of them were reaching
yeah,
out, and it just happened to
and
connect.
so like I don't know, maybe she doesn't tell Hersham that.
I didn't think you could hear it, but I, I believed in you.
So that was like an accident, a fluke. You can't just like talk into my head all the time.
Yes. Sometimes prayers get answers. Sometimes they don't.
Okay. So in that case, um, Oko mentioned something about like an old bloodline, an old lineage that could use this type of magic.
Well, I'm sure as you remember, I told you I was taught how to do this, but there were those who were born able to do this, and they descend from the blood of the old king. That's all we know him by. He was one of the old ones, even older than the old ones. The old king used to rule over this when the land was new, and iron was just being understood.
Okay. So if he's so old and no one remembers his name, why do they remember his magic?
His magic was stronger than anything that you can imagine. His magic shaped this land.
Because either
And she looks up to the pillar as if to be like, that's part of what happened.
So he put these here.
They said wherever he went, wherever he conquered, these pillars were a sign of his reign. And wherever he went, some say that he, well, left a bit of himself there as well, and almost like kind of looks at Hersham as if to be like, maybe like almost as if to be like, perhaps you could be one of his descendants.
But if I'm one of his descendants, or if Amara and I are are his descendants, then why haven't we heard anything about this kind of magic manifesting in our bloodline previously?
Well, whether you know it or not, the Scald didn't take kindly to those stories and were the king's enemies at one point. So perhaps it was kept secret from you as blood of the Scald. That is why you didn't hear of it.
So the Skald were the enemies of the old king.
And she kind of looks back up at the pillar and says, "You remember that very, very large open battlefield?
Yeah.
The war gone by? That was versus the Skald and the old ones.
And the Skald lost. And that's why they moved to our land.
I think you're piecing it together.
Hmm.
I don't know much more than that. That's what my stories have told me anyways.
I'm not sure how I ended up with this strange gift that may or may not be linked to a time before even the Skald. I know that Amara and I are part Skald. We're half elves, I guess you could say. But I never thought that that would mean anything more than just, the general public ridicule.
Maybe you are. Maybe you have more blood in you than you realized, and maybe you just got a little bit of a pinch of it. And she kind of like looks, gestures. Says maybe there's just a little bit of it in you. Either way, you and that sister of yours, they're special.
Yeah, I hope she's doing okay. We're gonna leave in the morning, make our way to the coast, try to find a boat.
I will be right here until then.
Okay. Can you teach me? I know I've asked you before and you said no.
She kind of pauses and says, I think I have more to learn from you.
I want to try to. So I have a bond with her, right? Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Because I want to try to like. So I want her to explain. I want her.
Try and
I
teach you a
want
little
her
bit.
to
Like, explain it.
What Hersham wants is for her to, teach him the way, like what she knows about magic, with the hope. Like his hope is that if she teaches him, some of the, or it'll give him like some sort of insights to being able to learn about what's going on with him.
Yeah, I think that's worth for making some sort of throw to see there, because the last time he asked, she gave a very coy answer, and I think after that random moment of telepathy, I think it's worth. I think she would be willing to at this point.
So I was gonna try to like compel to like see how.
Yeah, it seems
to see what she says, because I think she's still hesitant. Not that so like Ashana's kind of become your character, so I don't want to put thoughts into your NPCs.
No, I'm open to playing this because this is an NPC at heart, but I'm open to.
So like my thinking as a player is that she's hesitant because she, because like one, like she doesn't know like anything about what's going on, so like there's all of those, there's a lot of like concern to her of like, well, if I teach you, like it could like trigger some sort of like,
are you going to turn on, are you going to trigger something, are you going to turn on me?
Would like you trying to use one of my spells cause like this weird chain reaction, like that kind of thing? So there's danger there, and I think that's her holdup. But I think what she might come to realize, if not now, but like eventually, because like if she agrees to teach Hersham now, then like next session, then we'll be able to like maybe next session we'll be able to like start talking about kind of like how to do that, and like I have 3 experience points now, so like I can like take a ritual and maybe that can be what she teaches me and stuff. But like if she refuses, then I think what's going to end up happening is Hersham's going to keep trying to like use this magic, probably increasingly recklessly, and like statistically, I'm gonna keep rolling mystic backlashes, and eventually it's gonna get like dangerous enough that she might be like, okay.
Yeah, like okay, fine. Like you're hurting. Yeah, now you're just hurting people recklessly. Okay, yeah. No, that seems reasonable.
So I'm gonna try to roll with heart, and I'm gonna take a +1 because bond.
Do you want the strong hit? Do you want it? On the weak hit, she will do it, but she will ask something in return.
Sorry, I'm yawning so much. My brain is deprived of oxygen.
I
think the weekend is
think
the more interesting choice here, honestly.
I think the narrative, the good narrative answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have an idea of what she would ask for, or what she would want?
I think what she would ask for, and I think when you ask that question is, "Will you teach me?" She says, "I will teach you what I know, but you will listen to every word. You will take in-depth notes, and you will not try anything outside of my sight. Do you understand?"
Well, let's have in the hypothetical scenario where like, and this is Hersham talking. in the hypothetical scenario where like I'm fighting a troll and you're like fucked off at a temple or something, and I need to like cast a spectral chain at it.
As of now, if I'm going to teach you, you cannot be recklessly throwing your magic at people. Who knows what might happen? Until you have proper control of it.
I agree.
Good. Then sit. We'll only get a little sleep tonight. And she like kind of sits back up, like stands up from her kneeling and says, "Good." And she like turns over your hand and says, and like starts talking about the blood, like in the cut that you made, and is like, and it fades out on that as if to be like, she'll spend time teaching you.
Do I?
Yeah, which seems fair because it seems like a fair request.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm gonna pull up.
I'm very curious. So
it
would be an asset.
I'm gonna go to the asset sheet here. Take a look.
Yeah. Ritual.
There's a ritual called Leech. Oh no. But
they trying to take a journey. Okay. Now I was gonna say there is a tether, but I don't like that. Bind.
Stat. Wear an animal pelt and dance in the moonlight. Roll plus wits. On a strong hit, the ally wear the pelt may take +1 when making moves with their related stat. No, that's not quite it.
No.
When you summon a flock of crows and ask a single question, come to me, my bird friends. Hi, Sue. What do you have?
Thank you.
Oh.
No. The card. Invoke.
When you create a simulacrum, roll plus heart. That's fun. Communion.
Keen. When you hold a weapon and sing a keen for those that killed, roll heart. That's a bad.
That's some bard-ass shit.
Yeah. If they roll a 1 in the action while making a move to inflict harm, the magic is spent. The voices who were slain join in your song.
That's so fucking metal.
That's right.
Oh man, that's sick.
I think that's relevant though, because you've slain now 2 things using your abilities. I think Keen is not a bad ritual for you to like have picked up.
Shadow walk. Yeah, so I think the weird chain thing is like a thing that I'm not gonna end up using for a while, probably.
No. She could teach you a ward that would come in interesting when it comes to the drawing the circle as well. Ward.
When you walk a wide circle, sprinkling the ground with salt, roll plus wits on a strong hit, choose 2. On a weak hit, choose 1. When a foe crosses the boundary, take +1 momentum. When you first inflict harm against a foe within the boundary, inflict +1 harm.
Which
your ward is likely to trap a foe within the boundary. Oh, that's kind of cool.
that could be. It's more of like a trap, but it could be like a good kind of an extra like surprise thing for when you draw the circle, which you shouldn't be drawing a circle, but it does give you the edge if you have to again. So this is kind of what set this all off.
Talisman. Yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely think of because it could also be like maybe it's like Shadow Walk or something.
Tethered in your bigger journey to return. We can always also draw something up if need be to kind of go into a little bit closer and like kind of set this to a mechanic.
I think the thing that she's teaching me isn't what I know. Like
she's teaching you something
she's
different.
teaching me like a thing that exists, and I'm like, that's the weird thing, is that like I was doing a thing that wasn't existing.
Oh yeah, well there is a custom option, so you can build that eventually.
Yeah, down the road a ways.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17. I mean, option is we could just throw a D17 and teach you a random thing.
Let's see. No, I think she's gonna teach me like Augur or something like that. Or
that
like
seems reasonable.
Probably Augur or Divination. When you take
Divination seems good because what we've
subject and cast.
That would be reasonable because that's part of your thing.
Rune carstones. You may read the runes to gather information about the subject and the people. Yeah, maybe she just teaches me divination.
That seems. I think divination actually sounds like something she would know, given that she is a student of this, and this sounds like an intro level like ritual that you might teach somebody.
Right. I'm gonna burn my experience, and I'm gonna take divination. And so so the night, like the like first part of the training, because it's you take a drop of blood from a willing subject and cast their rune carved stones. The first thing that you have to do is make the rune carved stones. So like so she teaches me how to do that, and like cool. All right, magic's in the game now.
Yeah, magic officially a thing. And I'll burn I'm gonna burn overnight because of this because he's feeling so overwhelmed with the experience. I'm gonna take the Path Trickster, which will give him, when he faces danger, secures an advantage of repels by lying, bluffing, stealing, or cheating. Nice. He gets +1.
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
Cool.
As an addition.
No, go ahead.
Good. No, say we'll let the night pass and
I was gonna say so like this feels like a decent stopping point, but we're like still pretty early. Do you want to keep going
or? How long have we been? About an hour and change. Yeah, this does feel like a. I think we should at least start. I think we need at least a scene or something to kind of set where we're going next, because we don't. All we know is like we're headed towards the coast, kind of blindly. So I think we need some sort of a direction.
Yeah, like maybe we ask the villagers and they like point us in the right direction, and I'm asking them this time because I don't trust you.
Yeah, it's you. Oh yeah. Oh no. At this point, Oko is like the equivalent of like hungover. Like he slept great, but he's like waking up and he's like everything's like he's not nearly as braggadocious as prior.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we do that, and then we.
Well, I have a question for you, Steve. Something you originally, as Hersham, interested in, but then kind of fell off. Do you care about what happens to the two families here?
Yes. Well, Hersham doesn't, but like he thinks he does. So like Hersham, if he had been here like with Amara, like back when they were like adventuring before, like absolutely he would. Now he doesn't, but he's wrestling with that because he feels like he should. That's where he's at.
I think the next morning as you're like getting directions, and Oko looks and says, "Okay, kid, stop. You ready to go, or you got anything you wanna take care of here?"
Yeah, and he's just like, "No, let's go."
You sure? You thought I heard you say something about the you know, you don't want to stop iron people and it's still fighting and shit. You want to take care of that?
No, you were right. We don't have time. We have to get to the coast.
All right. All right. So my understanding is that the coast near here and this inlet is pretty rocky, so I don't think we should head directly west. We might have to head south a little further.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we can head south. Like maybe we're like looking at a map that they gave us or something. And I say like maybe we can head south to that river and find like a river town that can give us a boat that we can.
Yeah, that I would. Can you ping me approximately where you're going on that map stuff really quickly? Like at the edge of that one. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, maybe they'll have a little more resources, especially if they're out over to the ocean. He's like, and he kind of looks back and goes like, "What? These people didn't have a boat? They're not far off from the water."
Didn't seem like it.
All right, man. Ugh, last time I was treated this nicely, I was place. All right, south we go.
All right. So let's take some progress.
Let's take some progress on Hersham to the coast. On the getting Ashana back and Hersham to the coast. And I'm gonna take a tick on the escaping his past life and from the previous settlement because he's, if nothing else, built another persona that he can live by and probably has a place to hide in.
A tick or two on unravel the mystery of the Iron Pillars. I feel like it's worth. Yeah, it's worth 2 ticks. What we figured out today.
Yeah, I think those were 2. Especially given that you're now under, like, we between the lore that got dumped and between like you're now being a little more able to use it. Yeah, 100%.
So
you know what I think would be a reasonable thing to go back and do stuff for a hot minute. Is there anything we want to happen back at our home settlement with Amara?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm thinking about it. How long do you think we've been? Probably like maybe a week or so.
Like a couple weeks, I feel. We can. All right. So here's what we can do. I know exactly what we do. We roll settlement trouble, and whatever that is, that's what Amara is dealing with right now.
All right, I'm gonna make a counter argument because there's a chance it's fine. I think we throw a 50-50 of is there trouble, and then if the yes, then we'll throw the settlement trouble.
Sure. I just always assume that settlements have some sort of trouble going on. By the need.
I mean, there's a very good possibility that the only trouble she's having is worrying about Hersham.
Sure.
I'll make it through. I can make that through. Where is it?
Is everything fine?
Is everything fine? That's not supposed to be. Where is it? It's under oracles, right?
It's a move. Ask the oracle.
Move?
Yeah, under fate moves. So, right under pay the price.
Okay. Okay. 50-50. Yes, there is.
Do you want to roll settlement trouble or should I?
You can roll that one. I've run the yes.
Oh boy.
So let's see what she's dealing with.
It's not going well. Oh fuck!
Allies become enemies.
Huh?
Character. You just killed my PC. Because that, you know what that reads me as? That reads me as Hersham fucked off, and in the meantime, like while leaving off and being told everything was going to be okay, guess what happened? The rebellion struck back, and Amara's now just fucking maybe not dead, but is now like gone. MIA. And this is even better because Hersham thinks everything's great. He's like, Amara's, yeah, I think, oh man, yeah.
I mean, if you think that's
Oh
cool and
man,
interesting, then like,
I'm. I think that's cool. I think that's cool and interesting because now Hersham, if nothing else comes back and doesn't know it, I think that's a great perspective of Hersham like growing and learning. And maybe it's even because of all the Mystic
oh,
backlash,
maybe,
but
yeah.
like maybe it's because of that. But all the stuff he's using the power for, and
It's
it's affecting her back
because
home.
they're siblings. Like every turn of good fortune turns into an ill omen, and vice versa.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool actually,
yeah.
because we rolled really well
I
this
like
time.
this.
So like, yeah.
Yeah, we had no bad moves, so yeah, something bad happened. Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Um, yeah. I don't think you're dead. I don't think Amara's dead. I think she's like
It's
taken
not dead,
prisoner.
but it's. I think it's from the like implication of like the studio audience. When it like cuts back to what's going on, we see like almost as if she's been like
Yeah.
kidnapped in a way. Like, but like there's a very real sense that like
Yeah.
something is going on with her. Something is,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like,
something has happened.
so we cut like we start leaving, Hersham and Oko and Ashana start leaving, and the episode like cuts, and this is the post credit scene, because you know me and my
Yeah,
love of post credit scenes.
yeah. It's a
um
poster.
and
Yeah,
we kind of like we fade in, the screen is still black, but we just hear the sound of like a rhythmic kind of like thumping sound of, and like it takes a minute
yeah,
for us as the audience to like figure out what it is, but it's like wagon wheels. And
yeah,
we like the screen kind of like, a picture comes in like through the perspective of eyes opening, because we're seeing like from someone's point of view.
yeah.
And we just see like the side of the we see like the side of like the
The wagon.
wagon, and we like, it's like kind of like blurry and groggy, and we like blink a few times, and we like look around, and we like look, like it looks over, and we see Adion like knocked the fuck out and also tied up, and
Yeah,
we hear like muffled like screaming like whoo, 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 and like that's
yeah, yeah,
the and like we know it's Amara's voice, and the last thing we
yeah,
hear as the screen fades to black again is just like her like panic screaming, and we like fade to black.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sick.
yeah,
If at some point you want to do like the one shot of like Amara and Adion have to like escape
yeah.
captivity,
I think that's, if nothing else, like
yeah,
an interesting
or
one shot
we can
for
do it like one
either
on one,
next
like
time.
I can GM it for you. That could be neat too.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of how the beginning of this season picked up. Yeah, that could be really good.
Stuff is
Yeah.
happening.
See, aren't you glad? Aren't you glad we just end on
It was
happy?
going too well.
Yeah, we got to end with some terrible
It
tension
was
that goes
going too
awful.
well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fuck, dude. All right.
Yeah,
Welp.
but
Welp.
listen, we got some lore and we got some positive vibes. We still get to keep our good troll lead, and
On the way back,
every,
Hersham's gonna hear about this, and he's gonna go and he's gonna get Leech, and we're gonna go back and we're just gonna fucking blow up the town.
your companion for the meantime
Yeah.
Stadion will be Leech.
No, like I seriously, like
Yeah,
I
it's
would
gonna
have
be
like
that.
drawn up. I'll draw up the troll companion asset.
I look
I'll
forward
just
to
be
seeing that.
I'll be
draw.
riding on his back shooting arrows. or
When
we
Leech
turn Leech
charges.
into a PC and you play Leech.
I could do that too if you really want to go back for him.
All right.
Leech, get food.
Yeah, you can eat everyone you want in this town. Just eat them all.
Exactly. Just eat everybody here. Not the girl though. The girl comes with them.
Okay. Well,
All right.
goodbye, internet. Yeah.
Good
that
session.
that
Bye
was
the
some
internet.
shit. Tomorrow is Yakuza time.
Tomorrow we start Yakuza afternoon.
You're Mario Maker.
I think it's more Mario Maker.
It's Wednesday afternoon. You always
Mario
play
Maker.
Mario Maker on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah. I always play Mario Maker on Wednesday afternoon. That's right.
All right. Goodbye, internet.
Bye the internet.